Hello guys, in this video I am going to discuss the most important aspect of any application, that is security, because we cannot give full or admin access to everyone. For example, DB team only needs access to view alerts related to DB resources like DB VMs, instances, etc. In this video, I am going to give read-only access to a group that can only access webOS 3 all DCs group that we have created earlier, and only access AD domain services folder. To achieve this goal, we need to create a user and a group in Active Directory, and we need to add that new user to that group. Okay, and we'll add that group to read only operator role in SCOM. So let's get started. I'm on my operations manager console. Let's go to administration tab, and under administration tab you can see I have already selected users roles. You can just scroll down and you can find user roles, and here there are already few profiles that are created when SCOM is installed. So you can see the operation manager author user role is created at setup time. Okay, so these all are created when we have installed SCOM on the server. To create a new read-only operator, just right click and click on new user role. Click on read-only operator. So there are four profiles or role you can add in this SCOM. So if you click on operator, you can see a role based on the operator's profile grants member the ability to interact with alerts, execute tasks, and access view according to their configured scope. Okay, so operator can manage alerts, tasks, run tasks, read only operators. So this can only have read only access, and it can only view alerts and the views that is created or configured for this group scope. And the third one is author. So this has a little bit more access, like ability to create, edit, or delete monitoring configuration like task, rules, monitors, views within configured scope. So within configured scope means if this group has only access to the specific group, like for DB servers, for networking related devices. So this author can only manage those scope objects, right? We will see how we can configure those scope for a specific group. And then advanced operator. So advanced operator profile grants member the ability to override the configuration of rules and monitors for specific targets or group. So this is operator again, but has a ability to override configuration of rules and monitors. Okay, and it also define for specific targets and groups only. Okay, so let's create read only operator. We can give it a name like SCOM read only operator for DCs. So you can give a relative name that you can give, and if you want you can add role members over here. So you can even add a single user as well, but that is not recommended because that's difficult to manage the individual users. It's good to add a group over here. So you can just simply add that user to that group, and that can be managed by the AD team or the team who is managing your Active Directory. So that's a easy task. So let me just keep it blank right now. Click on next, and here it says approve groups. So if I want to give any one group access to this user role, as I said, I am going to give access to web OS all DCs. I check mark that group and click on next. And here you can see all dashboard and views are automatically approved. So by default, all dashboard is going to be visible to this user role. But if you want to specify any specific folder, like we are going to set up for DCs, so you can just scroll down and here you will find Active Directory Domain Services. Check mark that views and you will get a warning pop-up that says member of this security role will not automatically have permission to new views added to this folder. So if there is a new views that is added to this folder, that is not going to be visible to the user that has this role, because you need to again run this wizard so that that user can see that view or a new views that we create or any operator has created. So that's the warning. So click on OK, and if I click next, I will get that pop up again. Click on OK, and here is the summary of this configuration. Just click on create, and here we have this new role under read only operators profile, SCOM read only operator for DCs. So I have already created one user and added to group that is SCOM RO users. Let me log into this DC, and here you can see the username is R Singh, and this is a part of this SCOM RO users. So if I add this group over here in this SCOM RO operator for DC's role, let me add that. So SCOM RO users is added as a member of this role. Click on apply and OK. And now whenever a new user needs access to the same type of access, like a new member joined to that group, we need to just simply add that user to this group. Okay, and he or she has the same access as the other one. Okay, so now just test it, is it successful or not. So what I'm going to do, let me just close this window and log in as a rsync user. Okay, so now let me log in with other user, domain name, provide the password. So SCOM uses single sign-on. Whoever user is logged into the server, that is going to use that user to log into SCOM. So now if I open operation console, and you can see under monitoring it has only Active Directory Domain Services folder that is showing over here, and this user has only access to the group that have those objects like bin DC 2019, that is the part of that group. So you can see operator can see that alert, but user doesn't have access to close that alert, okay, or create any views, right? You can see everything is grayed out. Okay, so it's a read only access, so user can view the performance of this alert, check diagram view, state view, alert view, but user can only view these things. User cannot perform any action on it. Okay, so this is how we create a role and give access to group. and by default whoever in that group has the same access. So this is recommended to give access to a group instead of giving access to individual users.